Giant squid out of the way. Look at that jellyfish.
All right, welcome everyone. We are broadcasting live from Cairns Seamount off of Cairns, Queensland, Australia. You are listening to ROV Falkor. We're on a SuBastian dive with ROV SuBastian. And I'd like to introduce Dr. Brooke from Geoscience Australia.
Yeah, thanks very much, John. Hi, everyone. And thanks for joining us on our dive off Cairns Seamount. We're about 150 kilometres east of Cairns, and currently ROV SuBastian is just about to reach the sea floor at a depth of 1,300 metres. So we've just finished our descent through the water column, looking at some exciting plankton and jellyfish, and we've been able to collect samples as we go down through the water column. And this is of particular interest to Dr. Dhugal Lindsay, who's joined the dive live from Japan. Dhugal, would you like to say a few words about the work you're doing and the samples that were collected today?
Yeah, sure, Brendan. G'day everyone, and konnichiwa. My name is Dhugal Lindsay. I'm a scientist Australian who's working at the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology, taking part in this experience remotely from the mountains of Nagano here due to coronavirus. It's been a really exciting dive for me so far. I'm a mid-water biologist. I look at the floaties and swimmies, especially the very fragile and transparent gelatinous fauna, which are all but destroyed when you try and catch them in a plankton net. You catch a jellyfish, it comes out the other end looking like spaghetti. So this is a really great opportunity here. We have the ROV can sample animals after it has caught them on camera. So we record their morphology using the video camera, and then we suck them up like eating noodles and put them in the slurp gun canister and take them back to the ship where, oh, there's the new isopod. It must be nearing the seafloor. And we found a couple of undescribed species and during the dive today. Very exciting ctenophores, and the samples we have are of something called a dinner plate jellyfish, where we believe there are multiple species, which right now, because specimens are normally damaged, they're all being called the one species name, but there's actually other species, hidden diversity within this group, and we're trying to tease that apart by getting samples from Australia, where currently there is not a single specimen in anywhere that I know about. So this is really exciting stuff for me. There's quite a lot of food here in the water column, a lot more than I had expected. We're seeing lots of filter feeders, such as salps, which is like transparent gelatinous barrels, where the barrel is swimming through the water and filtering the small particles out as it swims. So it's swimming and eating at the same time. And other tunicates like pyrosomes, fiery bioluminescent glowing blobs of jelly. And these things can eat very, very small plankton, of which there seems to be a lot around. And the dinner plate jelly, here we have on the video here a Platypolythera, a sea cucumber. It's also gelatinous, just like a jellyfish. This is one strategy that deep sea animals have for surviving in areas with very little food is to make their body gelatinous and as watery as possible. You'll see this sea cucumber has a coiled stomach, so as it ingests food or possibly even marine snow, it tries to keep the material inside its intestine as long as possible so it can digest all the good nutrients out of it before sending it out the other end. Looks like we're seeing the seafloor there.
Yeah, I think it's just about to come up. So we've just about finished our dive through this 1,200 metres of water down to the base of Cairns Seamount. So the temperature down here, the water temperature is 3.7 degrees Celsius, and we're at 1,182 metres. So now that we've completed our journey through the water column, we're about to start focusing on what we can see on the seabed. So we're about to start, once we land, we'll have a bit of a look around, and then we'll begin our ascent up the flank of Cairns Seamount. So this is quite a steep flank of the seamount, and we'll be able to view in high resolution both the organisms growing on the seabed and also the geological features that we're interested in. So it's it should be quite interesting. We're not quite.
Ceravona. Ceravona, the sawtooth eel.
An eel.
It's got a curved beak. You can see the eyes at the top there. It's looking up, trying to find the shadows of its prey as they're silhouetted against the backdrop, the backlight from the sun. Standing very stationary, hanging vertical.
Looks like a garfish.
Yeah. Ceravona. Serrivomner. See, the stomach is quite small. It's pigmented. It's that blackish looking area there up near the head. They probably eat biomass of prey, and the blackness of the stomach is to stop the light from being seen from the outside, which would give the position of the eel away, and in turn we can prey upon as well.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful.
Very nice.
Oh, there he goes.
Wouldn't get much sushi out of that though. Quite a lot of animals that float around in the water column spend their time looking upwards to the shadows of other animals above them.
Okay, the seafloor is coming into view now. Mostly sandy by the look of it, with a few outcropping rocks. Any idea what that is, Dougal?
The shrimp in the foreground there?
Yep.
Yeah, other than a shrimp, it's kind of hard to tell. Is it an eel?
Looks like it.
Could be a sniff of breath. Touch their eel. Oh, no.
Any idea what that is, Jeremy?
It's a fish of sorts. Pretty.
Yeah, it's got a very narrow head on it. I think they're Japanese names. Wow.
Wow.
Very pointed and narrow.
It sure is.
afraid when they've got backbones, not that good with it.
Alright. Gonna need to do a white balance real quick.
Yeah.
Go zoom in.
Looks like you've got some tracks on the seafloor there as well.
Yeah, a bit of Lebensbrau. Yes, very relatively coarse sand here. Wow.
I imagine that would be eating the sea cucumbers, so this is some other things like crustaceans, or flaky worms, or something around here that you can feed on.
Okay. Sort of.
Let's try to look.
Are we gonna do a core or anything?
Yes, we're gonna get a sediment sample, please.
You want a core right now?
If you can get a core. Yep.
Alright, sit down.
Okay, our ROV pilots, Chris and J-Rod, are just positioning Sebastian on the seafloor, and then we're going to collect a short core of sediment. You want to take over?
Great, Doug. Great, Darby. Great, Darby.
Great, ROV. Great, ROV.
Just anywhere?
Perfect, anyway.
Yeah, we can do it.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 1,200 metres. Surprisingly
Yes, it's currents going out of the.
Wow, it's gone all the way
Wow.
in. Will it stay in?
see if it does better. Show them not looking for us.
That looks good.
That's great.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Cool.
Well done, guys.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Horowitz, and yeah, we're at Cairns Seamount. So we're down.
One's enough. Yeah, thanks.
We're down at about 1,200 meters, and we'll be working our way up Cairns Seamount. So what's interesting about this site specifically, and why a lot of people are excited, is because it's very circular and has a really steep gradient. So it's at 1,200 meters, and it goes all the way up to about 40 meters. So what that means is, in a very short distance, we can see the very deep specialist corals, and then see the transition all the way to the shallow specialist corals. And what this allows us to do is understand what abiotic factors are at play that determine whether a deep or shallow species can exist. So doing this survey will provide insight as to kind of what thresholds, are between these deep and shallow assemblages. So we're going to see it live. We'll see deep species here, and those species will start to go away as we go up towards above 1,000 meters.
Do you want to see what that is? Will you have a look at that rock, please?
We're interested in the rock. So, yep, thanks for joining us. We'll have a nice long dive. And yeah, thank you, Unknown Explorer. Our hashtag is Visioning Coral Sea. Ooh. So every rock that we've sampled over the last 3 days has come up with lots of little invertebrates, little corals, bryozoans, and even looking at this rock from out here, you can see there's a lot of stuff on it. So it's very interesting to bring up seemingly lifeless rocks to find out that there's, a whole little habitat filled with organisms. Okay. So we're just gonna.
Would you like a sample?
Yes.
Just gonna look around
Anything that you can break off.
Breaking off, from the main.
while they sample the rock. I think we're looking at a. Can you focus?
Yeah.
That's right. We're gonna try to focus on this little coral. Maybe. If you were with us yesterday, we tried sampling. Yep, this looks like a hard coral. We tried sampling one, and it crushed beneath the robotic fingertips. And this is a weird-looking formation of corallites. So once the rock has been collected, we can go ahead and grab this guy. I'll just zoom out so you can see the action. The rock-related action.
Do you want me to try to get the rock that it's on?
You're talking to me? Have they decided what rock they want?
Is there anything that we can break off in the main?
Yeah, it's good.
So that'd be great.
Big bit.
Yeah.
I'll try to get that little rock first, one that has a cup coral, and that'll be both, and then I'll try another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. So
Or I can just go for the cup coral by itself.
No, try to grab the. It might be easier to break off the rock and keep. Yeah. So J-Rod's idea is to grab the rock and the coral at the same time.
yeah.
Need your stick cam signature.
We have some people in the chat room who are going to be with us next week. Ben Cresswell and Rob Beeman will be joining us for leg 2.
Yeah, it's Robert Berry.
And we look forward to having them on board.
Oh, it's a big one.
We can grab that whole rock there and put some more because it has a lot of things on it.
Yeah.
You want those? Okay.
It's pretty big, isn't it?
It was as quick of a yes as I've heard from Carmen Seamount, so get that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, would you like me to snap this rock in half, or
Is it okay?
We don't. We just want the whole thing or break it off.
I can try to break it?
I don't need the whole thing.
Yeah, break
Try
it.
and break
So
it.
if you can break it.
Soft, is it?
Yep. Some iron oxide on the rocks. Indeed, it is an awesome rock. Look at that. We can throw them both in. Yeah. That was very nice of you to place it back.
Look dump the cup coral off first,
Um,
and then I can break that rock a little bit more. Because it's still pretty big on the backside,
all right.
Okay.
but I'm going to move that cup coral where I had it. Where would you like it to go?
You could put it,
Quads?
Where
Yeah.
it fit
yeah,
this stage.
you could put it in A. Step. Yeah, there's,
Push out a little bit.
Alright, open up nice and easy.
Stand by.
Something that's living.
yeah. Little worm.
Come in or out. Sit.
So the jaws on the left have a small rock. This one's, or do you want another piece on it?
So can we keep the one that's in the right jaws,
Yep.
please?
Okay.
Slightly bigger.
Where you gonna put it?
Where would you like it to go?
You could put it
Does it fit in 1A? Just, sorry, the one on the left is just a little too small,
Okay.
and the one on the right is good.
I can
But
get
if you
I
want
can
to
get
break
this
it
one
up a
smaller
little
if
bit,
you
yeah, a
want.
little smaller, like fist size. That's good.
Okay.
So we're just getting a piece of the rock so it could fit in the small
Yeah,
bio
that's
box.
great.
All right. Do you want that to go where the cup core was, or somewhere else?
That can go in 1A, please.
1A. Okay.
Yeah, they can go together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
The cup core is in B.
Oh, is it okay to put it in B?
Sure. Yep.
In B.
I think I have to go chocolate corn.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's great,
over
thank you.
here?
We could just take a quick scan of the rocks, but it'll be fast.
And no more of the rock that's in now.
No.
Doesn't have to be done right from the start. Once we
Okay, we're gonna take a quick scan of the rock before we move on.
Okay, thank you, great.
Set them up all weird.
Okay. Okay, just a quick scan.
Yeah, let's get going.
Yeah. Yep.
That was great.
Basically, these are not from the seabed. They're really yeah, organisms, big nets.
So quiet.
Is there somewhere on Slack or something that we can send in the invite?
How do we get the invite to run?
So this is the first time that an ROV is exploring Cairns Seamount, which is pretty exciting. It's a really interesting shape, and the steep slope is it's an extremely steep slope, so we don't really know what to expect. See anemone there. Oh, we can stop there? Yeah. I think we got an octopus.
Oh yeah, good eye. Nice. Went around on it.
Alright, we're gonna give you guys a view of a kraken.
Sit down and let's get a nice look at it.
Alright, this is gonna be really cool.
Try to get a better angle
Sure.
around this rock. Yeah, there's a rock right in front of the house.
Okay, we're just gonna try to settle down. Okay. Oh yeah. That's right. We'll just wait for the sand to settle.
A little bit of push to see if I can get rid of it. First.
Maybe we should keep going up that hill.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. We're gonna get to where we need to be for today's dive.
So what I'll do is come off, try to scan it real fast.
Sorry about that. We're just trying to get to the start of where we'll do our transects. We've got a bit of a way to go. Okay.
Sorry, Chris, we talked about that previously, but it might not have got the message through to you.
What's that?
Sorry, we talked about that previously, but the message might not have got through to you.
Okay.
We
So
talked to Adam about.
where am I starting? Yeah. Just,
Follow up the line.
Okay.
Backwards, forward. Thank you.
and it. All right. Looks like we were going to move that. So right here. Let's get on stage with it, man.
So the depth now is 1,186 meters, and the temperature is 3.7 degrees Celsius. So we have a stock crinoid in front of us, which is something you typically see at this depth. Really beautiful. Nice to be low to the ground and looking across. But you can go kind of quick until we find something.
Oh, so we're not doing video. All right. Gotcha.
Let's see what this is. Oh, it's a fish, never mind.
You got that? Okay.
What are you interested in? I can buy up one.
Yes.
What are you interested in?
So, a whip black coral at this depth would be interesting. Yeah, with the strong current on Cairns Seamount, we expect to see lots of whip unbranched corals, gorgonians and black corals, and it's likely that many of these whip black corals belong to different families, although they're currently put into 3 distinct genera. So by sampling whip black corals in the deep and in the shallow, we'll be able to sequence their DNA, compare their morphologies. Sorry about that. And yeah, we'll be able to determine whether we're looking at specific genera or completely different families. And likely the latter is true. So we're looking at something interesting here. Maybe we'll stop here. So depends, probably collective. So this looks like, we'll have to look closely. It's either an octocoral or a black coral. And it's got a little friend hanging on it. So these invertebrates tend to climb up these tall corals to get off the ground and grab particles as they float by. So once we settle down, it looks like a black coral. Yep. And can we also put the lasers on? Yeah, so this is really interesting. We're just going to settle down. This could be so if I zoom in? Okay, I'm going to zoom in on the branches, and in this case, since the branches are repeating, they're called pinnules. And we just want to check to see how many rows of pinnules there are and the arrangement, whether they're opposite each other, sub-opposite, or alternating. So each one of those would represent a different genus, actually. It looks like there's more than 2 rows. Look at that, beautiful. Yeah, looks like there's 3 rows. And you can see this little shrimp swimming within it, probably live within it. We'll just look down. This crustacean. He's not going to be too happy. We're about to take his home away. I'll just zoom out so we can get the lasers for some scale. Pretty big. Are the lasers on now? Is it just added?
See them? Path them on the rocks, see them better? See them on the rock?
Yep. Okay, so it's pretty big. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
All right. So can we, I guess, take the top half?
Top half.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want?
In
On the big? Okay.
would the whole thing fit in the back? Yeah. Take the whole thing. Yep. So, yeah, it's a really interesting colony. We're going to take the whole thing. And the reason why we're not just taking half is the top half will tell us half the story, but the basal plate, the part that attaches to the rock, and just above the basal plate, the lowest part of the colony, will have specific features that we are interested in seeing. And also you can see that the length of the pinnules increase as you go from the bottom to the top. So there's all different pieces of information that we wouldn't get if we sampled just a bit of it.
Is it a black coral or a soft coral? Black or soft?
Black.
A little bit, so it's just the backside of our rocks. Okay, just a little bit. But you find it just let you know. Just want everything out.
Yeah, this looks like it's in the family Schizopathidae. It seems like there's 2 rows of pinnules, now that I can look from the side. And this is certainly a specimen I was really excited to collect on this trip. And they tend to grow pretty deep, so we'll take advantage of it while we're here at this depth.
Like, good to go in the sample, or do you want more images?
Well, goodbye, little crustacean.
Yeah, they don't like us getting anywhere near them, so.
Yeah.
Do you want to go back with the feed now that it's gone off of there?
Yeah.
Let me just check whether it's really off.
Well, it is.